Have you ever, poured absolutely everything into building something, launching it, and then crickets? It just doesn't quite land.
Yeah, happens all the time. It's a really tough feeling.
And it often comes back to, well, did we really understand what people needed in the first place?
Exactly, which is where user research is supposed to come in, right?
Yeah.
Understanding the customer, their problems
Mm.
before you build.
But getting that feedback, the real honest stuff, that's the tricky part. It's definitely a skill.
It absolutely is.
So we dove into this great Substack piece by Aunt Jane, 5 Learnings from the Mom Test for Better User Research. It basically distills Rob Fitzpatrick's book, The Mom Test.
Yeah, it's a fantastic summary of the core ideas. The book's premise, the mom test, is simple.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom will probably lie to you about your great idea because she loves you.
Right. She wants to be supportive. So asking her, is my business idea good, is, well, useless.
Pretty much. So
Yeah.
this deep dive is really about getting you equipped fast with ways to have better conversations, get honest insights, and avoid that whole politeness trap.
We want to give you those actionable strategies, the stuff you can use straight away to cut through the noise.
Precisely. To get to the truth of whether there's a real need for what you're thinking about without getting bogged down in theory. Let's get into it.
Okay, first big learning. Avoid seeking confirmation for your business idea during the initial user research. This one feels counterintuitive, doesn't it? You want that early validation.
Oh, totally. It's almost instinctive. You've got this idea, you're excited, you want someone to say, yeah, that's brilliant.
But the article argues, and the book argues, that this is exactly the wrong way to start. Why?
Because, like we said with the mom test, people generally want to be nice. They don't want to crush your dreams, especially early on. So if you ask, do you like my idea? They'll often find something positive to say, even if they don't really get it or wouldn't use it.
And you get false positives, you feel good, but the feedback isn't actually useful.
Exactly. You get compliments, not data. The real goal at this stage isn't to validate your idea, is to understand their life, their problems, their frustrations.
So instead of pitching, hey, I'm building this cool app.
Nope. Don't mention the app. Don't mention the solution. Ask about them. Tell me about the last time you faced X situation. What was the hardest part of that? What are you currently doing about it?
Focus entirely on their world, their existing behaviors and problems.
Yes. You're trying to find out if the problem you think exists is actually a significant pain point for them. Have genuine conversations.
And document specifics, right? Not just opinions.
Crucial. Opinions about the future are cheap. Would you use is almost always a yes to be nice. But tell me about the last time. Or how much did you pay to solve it last time? That gives you concrete evidence of past behavior. Facts, not hypotheticals.
It's about listening way more than talking. The article hammers this. Listen, listen, listen. Don't talk about your idea.
Every minute you spend talking about your idea is a minute you're not learning about their reality. Zip it, absorb, take notes. That's your job initially.
Okay, got it. Learning number 2 feels related. Avoid the trap. I will definitely use the product service.
Ah, yes, the enthusiastic promise. Sounds great, right?
Sounds amazing, but often unreliable, apparently. Why shouldn't we trust that?
Well, think about your own life. How many times have you thought, oh yeah, I'll totally use that app, or I'll definitely go to that gym? Intentions are good, but behavior? That's different. Life gets in the way. Habits are hard to change.
So that I'll definitely use it is often just another form of politeness or maybe genuine but unrealistic optimism.
It can be both. They might mean it in that moment, but it doesn't predict future action reliably. So when you hear it,
You need follow-up questions.
exactly. The crucial ones are about the past again. Okay, you mentioned this is a problem. When did it last happen? What did you do then?
How did you solve it?
Yes. And how did that solution work out for you? Were you happy with it?
Yeah.
This tells you if they're already trying to solve this problem and how much pain they're actually in.
Right. Because if someone says, oh yeah, that's a huge problem, I hate it, but they haven't actually done anything about it.
Then maybe it's not that huge a problem for them, is it? Or at least not painful enough to actively seek out or pay for a solution. It's just an annoyance they live with.
That's a really important distinction. Complaining doesn't equal a market need.
Not at all. Action, or at least attempted action and frustration with current solutions, that's what you're looking for. So you need to learn what feedback to really document or what's just noise.
Okay, makes sense. Moving on to learning 3, and this one definitely requires shifting your mindset. Look for negative feedback.
Yeah, this sounds weird at first. We're usually trying to avoid rejection.
Absolutely. But the article frames rejection or negative feedback as super valuable data.
It is valuable data. Think
Yeah.
about it. If you find out early that people don't actually care about the problem you thought they had, or your proposed solution doesn't resonate, that's fantastic news.
Fantastic. How is finding out your idea might be a dud fantastic? That sounds painful.
It's fantastic because it saves you months, maybe years, of building something nobody wants. That no is incredibly efficient. It stops you from wasting time and money.
Okay, reframing it that way helps. It's not personal failure, it's course correction.
Exactly. Discovering a dead end quickly means you can pivot. You can use that conversation where they said, no, that's not really my problem, to ask, okay, interesting. So what are the biggest challenges you're facing right now related to X?
Ah, so the negative feedback becomes an opening to discover actual unmet needs, problems they would potentially pay to solve.
Precisely. Embrace the no. Learn from it. It guides you toward what is important to them, not what you thought was important.
Right, that's a powerful shift. Okay, learning number 4. Target a specific customer segment, not everyone.
The temptation is always there, isn't it? To make something for everybody. Seems like a bigger market.
Yeah, why limit yourself? But the advice is clear. Don't try to boil the ocean initially.
It's just hugely inefficient when you're starting out. You have limited resources, limited time. Trying to understand and serve everyone means you probably understand and serve no one very well.
So focusing helps.
Immensely. Pick a specific group, a niche that you hypothesize has this problem most acutely. Who feels the pain the most? Who is already trying desperately to solve it?
And by focusing on them.
You filter out so much noise, your conversations become more targeted, you get clearer signals, you learn faster. It clarifies who to talk to, what specific aspects of the problem matter most to them, and therefore what a potential solution needs to do.
So niching down early isn't about limiting long-term potential. It's about increasing your chances of short-term success and learning.
Exactly. You can always expand later once you've found that initial product market fit with a core group. But start focused.
Okay, last one, number 5. Show vulnerability and ask for help from target customers. This feels different, more human.
It is. Instead of pretending you have all the answers, you're being open about the fact that you're exploring a problem and you need their expertise, their lived experience.
And people often respond well to being asked for help, don't they?
Generally, yes, if it's done respectfully. The article lays out a nice framework for this.
Right, let's quickly walk through it. First, vision.
That's where you state the big problem you're trying to tackle, the change you want to see in the world. But again, without mentioning your specific solution idea. Keep it high level, problem focused.
Then framing.
You explain where you are in the process. Look, I'm just starting to explore this problem. I haven't built anything yet. I'm just trying to understand. Sets expectations.
Makes sense. Then weakness. This is the vulnerability part.
Yeah, admit what you don't know. I'm really struggling to understand X, or I need help figuring out Y. It shows humility and makes it clear why you need their input.
Then pedestal. Putting them up, in a way.
Kind of. You explain why their specific input is valuable. You deal with this every day. Your insights would be incredibly helpful, or people like you are the experts here, not me. Acknowledge their expertise.
And finally, the ask.
Be specific. Would you be open to a 20-minute chat sometime next week just to brainstorm? Or, do you know anyone else who faces this challenge that I should talk to? Make it concrete and respectful of their time.
This whole approach feels much more collaborative, less like an interrogation, more like asking for advice.
Exactly. It builds rapport and often gets you much richer, more honest insights because you framed it as them helping you solve a puzzle, not them evaluating your precious idea.
Okay, so let's quickly pull those 5 threads together again. The core learnings from the mom test approach are: 1, don't seek validation for your idea early on, focus on their problems.
2, be super skeptical of those, oh, I'll definitely use it comments. Dig into past behavior instead.
3, actively look for the negative feedback. The no's are valuable data that save you time.
4, don't try to serve everyone at first. Target a specific customer segment to get clearer signals.
And 5, be humble. Show vulnerability and frame your conversations as asking for help and advice.
Put those together, and your user research becomes dramatically more effective. You stop wasting time on polite fictions and start uncovering real needs.
Which ultimately helps you build something people actually want and maybe will even pay for, saves a lot of heartache down the road.
Absolutely. It's about de-risking your idea by understanding the reality first.
So here's something for you, the listener, to chew on. Think about the last time you got feedback on an idea. Maybe it seemed positive, but didn't really lead anywhere.
How might asking questions differently, using these mom test ideas, have changed that conversation? What might you have learned instead?
It's definitely worth reflecting on. And if you want to go deeper,
Check out Jane's article
yeah.
and definitely read Rob Fitzpatrick's book, The Mom Test. It's full of practical examples.